Hello, Lisa here. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if this is your first time stopping by. I cannot believe I'm here to show you Sassy Dragons Tarot, but here we are. So I'm going to give you the scoop. I'm going to give you all the information, give you the details, show you all of the things. Let's get into it. So if you didn't know, and you might not have, because this was one of those projects that sort of snuck up on me and on Peggy. It's a long story, and we're going to regale you with all of that over time for sure. I'm probably not going to get into every tiny little detail today, but I do want to tell you more about the origin of this deck, where this came from, why it's happening, what we're doing. We're going to get into all the things. I can't believe I get to make this video right now, so it feels very, very surreal. As some of you know, I created the Unicorn's Journey Tarot, and with this deck, I brought you along every step of the way. This was my first ever tarot deck. This was like my dream unicorn deck, but in the process of like waiting for things to happen with this and just generally brainstorming with my wife, Peggy, she had the idea for Sassy Dragons Tarot. And I have to admit, coming out with, as some of you may know, my wife, Peggy, very much has dragon-y kind of energy. At least that's how I've always seen her. And we joke about it a lot. She's the dragon, I'm the unicorn. It's kind of a theme you might have noticed on the channel. It's just sort of a thing. And when this idea first came up of making like a sassy, fun, playful, kind of naughty tarot, again, more on that in a moment. Peggy's idea was super simple. Like, it'd be so fun. She wanted to just put something together that was fun and playful, where the meanings of the tarot were right on the card, so anybody could work with it. And it would just be light, but also give meaningful readings, like give meaningful messages. And we were talking about this and just sort of like brainstorming in that way, where like maybe someday in the future. And one thing just sort of led to another. I had actually talked to the guys over at Little Dark Arts, Christopher and Andrew, who created the Little Cryptid Oracle. I had talked to them actually when I was first looking for artists for Unicorn's Journey Tarot, and the style I was looking for, it wasn't quite the right fit. Like, I wanted something a little more, I don't know, storybook. I don't know how to describe it, but I found that style when I found Francesca, and that's who I ended up doing Unicorn's Journey Tarot with. But I've always loved the art that Christopher and Andrew do. And so when Peggy was talking about this idea, I was like, wait, let's talk to Christopher and Andrew and see if maybe they'd be interested in illustrating this deck for us. And as you can see, one thing led to another, and that's what ended up happening. There was just something about the idea of pairing just really, really adorable characters, really adorable art, and these cartoony kind of fun, playful dragons with these sassy, punchy, like fiery messages and voice that Peggy has, that just felt like the funnest thing ever. And while I had plans to finish Unicorn's Journey Tarot and work on the Oracle, which is currently in progress, this project just kind of sort of beautifully slotted in. And to be honest, I didn't have plans to make decks so close together, and it's just how it worked out. So the guys were available to do the art. Peggy and I had the ideas, and it kind of like blossomed. So Peggy really brought her voice, her style, and her personality to this deck. And on a personal level, the idea of having like the perfect me deck and the perfect Peggy deck and being able to put them together just made me personally really happy. And I feel like the best things we create in the world come from kind of a self-indulgent place. I've talked about this before, and I know we want to see the cards. I promise I'm going to get there, so just indulge me for a moment. But I've talked before about how this YouTube channel came to be. It came to be because I wanted to do something fun. I wanted to engage with the community. I wanted to talk about something I was excited to talk about, which is tarot, with other people who were also excited to talk about it. And one of my sort of personal mantras, and what I tell people who want to start a YouTube channel, whether it's tarot or anything else, is that you kind of have to first make things for you. They have to make sense for you. And then you hope that somebody else will also enjoy it or be able to make use of it, or it'll be useful to others. There's this beautiful sort of combination between creating for yourself, but also creating for community that feels really good. And I feel like that's what the YouTube channel has been for me. This space where I can create and do things that feel fun to me, and the people that also happen to enjoy that stick around, and we have a good time, and we build this kind of community together. That's what I love about this space. That was sort of the energy I brought to Unicorn's Journey Tarot. So when Peggy wanted to create a deck that was kind of like her dream deck, I was like, yes, let's do this. Let's make this happen. And as Sassy Dragons Tarot came to be, kind of quietly in the background, we were working on this with the guys. These decks have actually been in progress for, I think, around a year now. And so working with the guys on this, watching the art come to life, working with Peggy to do the meanings and like get them all written and have her voice really come through, this kind of like confident, empowering, but sort of loving, nurturing voice that comes through when Peggy like hits us with the Peggyisms. Like, if you know, you know. Putting that into a deck was like making magic happen, and just seeing it all come together is so gratifying. And so yes, there's self-indulgence here. Don't get me wrong. But I think what we've created, what putting her voice into this deck, what having the guys bring their adorable illustration style to, what sort of me sort of in the background kind of tweaking and playing with the meanings to make sure they really like connect and make sense in like a very small amount of space. All of that just was such a fun project. And I think the sum of its parts has become so much greater, or what do you say? The sum of its parts is so much greater than each individual piece. I think you're going to really love it. And I mean, don't feel obligated. Like, if you don't love it, it's fine. But I feel like this is the kind of thing that so many of us can just use and love. And that's what I'm excited about, is like, I think this is like this cool thing that I would have never created something like this without Peggy. And Peggy was saying too, she would have never created something like this without me. And I just feel like I have so many things. I'm so happy. I'm so happy about this project, but there's so many things I want to say, but I also don't want to tease you forever and ever. So we just got prototypes in today. Now, these are not the final copies, but these are pretty darn close to the final. And at the time that I'm recording this, we are days away from launching these decks on Kickstarter. I'm going to give you all the important information here. And then, of course, Peggy and I are going to be coming on live on the channel on Saturday, October 26th. That's literally, at the time I'm filming this, it's like days away. And if you're seeing this video, it's probably like a day, maybe 2 away. We're going to be coming on live to launch the Kickstarter live. We did that for Unicorn's Journey Tarot, and it was just really fun to launch the project with our community. And we want to do the same thing with this. But of course, I want to show you what it's all about. Oh my God, I can't even. I'm just like, I almost don't want to open the box. It's like making it too real. Okay, so I'm doing this walkthrough instead of Peggy because I just really wanted to have my moment to gush about her and her voice and like all the things I think she brings, not just to my life, but to our community. I think that she has a really unique voice here. And I think a lot of us really appreciate that. Like, I think she helps us all kind of step more into being more of ourselves and feeling more, I don't know, brave to do that. And I think that's the energy that made it in here. And that's what I'm excited about. So let me show you the boxes. If you don't already know, the Sassy Dragons Tarot is going to come in the Not Safe for Work edition, which, dare I say, was really the original edition. This was the vision, was the Not Safe for Work. This deck is full of swears and some sexual innuendo and other adult language, but it's also got all the meanings. It brings that sort of like modern flair, the way that we hear Peggy talk. It's like that in a deck. It's amazing. But then when we made it, we're like, well, gosh, the artwork on this is so stinking cute. We need to make a family-friendly version. So where this one swears, this one doesn't. Where this one is naughty occasionally, this one is not naughty. But they're both playful. They're both sassy. And they both share the same sort of foundational underpinning of meaning. That part is the same across both decks on every single card. But then the playful bit will be naughty sassy versus not naughty sassy. So that's the difference. It's like the naughty After Dark edition, and this is like the daytime family-friendly edition. In fact, we nicknamed it family-friendly for a while, but we decided to call this the classic and this the Not Safe for Work, which is what NSFW means, if you're not sure. Not Safe for Work became slang a long time ago for like language you would, like the kind of thing you wouldn't want to like be looking at or like showing your boss kind of thing. I mean, my boss would be cool with it, but I don't know that everybody's boss would be cool with it. So that's just what we wanted to do to kind of shorthand explain what this was. And in any case, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to, I swear I'm not trying to torture you. Okay, let me just show you. So the classic edition has a daytime patterning in the back. And yes, this is Peggy and I dragonified on the box. When Andrew and Christopher showed us this, we were like, yes. I mean, look it's got Bruna and Shayla in the front. And I am like a dragon who's somehow also unicornified. So I'm like a unicorn dragon or a dragon in a unicorn headband. And Peggy even has her little reading glasses, and it's freaking adorable. And of course, this doesn't have to be us. You don't have to see it as us. And this is where, like I said, there's a little self-indulgence in these decks. Don't get me wrong. But it was so dang cute we had to. And then the little supervised. So this is the Sassy Dragons Tarot by Peggy. This is, we centered Peggy's decisions, Peggy's voice, and Peggy's personality throughout this entire deck. But I absolutely was there to nitpick and perfectionist all the little tiny details and the RWS things and the tarot meanings, just to really make sure we got the like really the essential distilled meaning of every card, like really needed to come through, but also come through in Peggy's voice. So that was the goal. That's why it says supervised by Lisa Papez. Plus, I'm doing all the production stuff and the publishing stuff. I'm just saying, it's a lot of fun, but I get to geek out on all those details. So the front of the box is the same for both decks, kind of. And if you look closely, you might notice that Peggy's character is doing a little something different in each edition. So in the classic edition, she, like I, and there's some tongue sticking out. On the naughty version, on the not safe for work, Peggy's flipping us all the bird twice. So that should give you the vibe of the deck. But also we wanted the boxes to be distinctly different so that you don't accidentally grab the wrong one to share with a kid or something. So we wanted it to be really obvious which version you're reaching for, which is also why the backs of the cards are also different. But we follow this sort of day-night theme for both the boxes and the card backs. And of course, all of the art you see on the deck box and on the cards is all illustrated, created by Andrew and Christopher. They did such a beautiful job with everything and just really, they just listened to us every step of the way and really captured what we were trying to capture. So the side of the box also has the title. And then on the back of the box, we have the back copy. I'm not going to read this all to you. I will have pictures of this on the Kickstarter campaign page if you do want to check it out. But this one does clarify it is for adults only, contains mature themes and language. And then we have our suit symbols on the side, which if you don't already know are wooden swords, juice boxes, chocolate chip cookie. Juice boxes are for the cups. Chocolate chip cookies are the pentacles. And we have these sweet little wands with a little bit of growth on them for the wands suit. And that is the box. Now, prepare for the magic. We're going to get into the inside of the boxes. Oh my God, they're so cute. So you lift this flap. It's going to be magnetic style. It's going to open all the way flat. We do want there to be a ribbon. The prototype didn't come with a ribbon, so I'm just waiting to hear back from the printer on that. But look at this adorable scene. Let me just pull the cards out on the inside of the box. How sweet is that? Isn't that fantastic? This is, as you know, my favorite type of box. It is the same type of box I insisted on for Unicorn's Journey Tarot. And so for Sassy Dragons had to be the same. You'll notice right away there are cards, there is a box, there is no book. That's because the book is not needed because the meanings are right on the cards. So let me flip this around and just show you the backs of the Classic Edition is this sweet daytime scene. It is reversible, but because there is a white and a yellow dragon on the back of the card in a yin-yang kind of symbol, which if you know, you know, that sort of day-night vibe is there, that balance is there. But that doesn't mean that you could tell, obviously, if you were upright or reversed, if you're looking for it. But it carries the vibe. I think you'll be able to reverse these cards and it's not going to be a huge deal, but it isn't perfectly symmetrical. That was a design decision that we made. I love these backs. I think they're perfect. And because you're reading the text upright, I feel like most of us are going to end up flipping them back around. But hopefully it won't deter those of you who do enjoy shuffling reversals in too much. The inside of the night edition, or the not safe for work edition, is the same, but a night scene. So if I show them to you side by side, you can see, right? Look at how stinking cute, though, with the scene. So this one has the night sky with little glowy stars all around the box. So cute. The box does have a soft touch kind of rose petally finish. Y'all know I'm obsessed with that finish, but we don't always love that finish on our actual cards because when it's on the actual cards, the cards can get a little sticky. And we don't always love that. I like the feel of it, but it's a bit to shuffle. So keep in mind, these are prototypes, so the colors are not perfectly accurate, but it's pretty close to what we're going to see. So, oh, I forgot to show you the backs of the night card. So just to compare side by side, I should hold it like this because that's how I've been doing it. So we have day or classic edition and night or not safe for work edition. So again, it's very, very easy to tell. These decks are the exact same size as each other. So if I were to stack them right on top of each other, at least in my prototype, this is perfectly seamless. These are the exact same size. You could mix and match, but you would obviously have different backs. So I wanted that because you could also easily then separate them back out into their proper decks. So now that I've got them out and I've got the boxes, let's just lay the cards out. We're going to be zooming in and going through all of the cards, but I also want to talk about the size. So this is a standard tarot sized card. It is 70 millimeters by 120 millimeters or 7 centimeters by 12 centimeters. I think that's typically around 2.75 inches by 4.75 inches. I'm doing them inches by memory, y'all, so please forgive me. Now, the Sassy Dragons tarot is smaller than standard tarot size and has softer corners. You can see here That is the size difference. So the Sassy Dragons tarot is 60 millimeters by 110 millimeters. So that is 10 millimeters narrower and 10 millimeters shorter. You can see that there. And so this makes a really, really great size for, in fact, let me grab a poker size. You can also see from the little cryptid oracle, which Christopher and Andrew illustrated. That shows you a bit of the size difference. So a poker card is a little teeny, like a hair, maybe like a millimeter or so wider, and quite a bit shorter than standard tarot. Sassy Dragons is exactly the same shape as tarot. You can kind of see that here, right? Just smaller all the way around and softer corners. It's really, really cute. I love this size. It's a really great size for small hands. You can get your hands around it. Let's also talk cardstock. So if you know Unicorn's Journey Tarot is 330 GSM black core cardstock with a linen finish and a casino grade, or a linen like embossing and a casino grade finish. This is the highest quality cardstock you can get. We are doing the exact same thing for Sassy Dragons. Still 330 GSM, still linen. High quality casino grade finish. When you get close, I don't know if I can get the camera to pick it up, but there is a linen finish, a linen embossing. So the linen is what gives it the teeny tiny little air pockets that help the shuffle go nicely. It's really common among playing cards. That kind of finish just makes the deck shuffle so, so beautifully. Let's just look at thickness. So there's 78 cards in UJT. There's 78 cards in Sassy Dragons. You can see they're the same thickness. Now, the thickness of 330 GSM German black core cardstock does vary a tiny bit across samples. Trust me, I have gone in there with micrometers. They do vary a tiny bit, but you can usually tell there's a weightiness to them. This is not cheap cardstock or flimsy cardstock. It's incredibly durable, and it is meant to be used. It is meant to be shuffled and worked and read with by readers. I think sometimes we get a little hung up on thickness in the indie card market, but the thicker cards are not necessarily the best cardstock. It's all personal taste, of course, as well. But I feel that plain cardstock is the best stock. It's because plain cards are meant to be shuffled again and again and again and used again and again and again. And as somebody that loves to just really get into my decks and use them, I like really good shuffleable cardstock. And those of you who have been just really wanting something a little easier for your hands to handle than a standard size tarot, I think you're going to really love this size. It's just a wonderful size. In fact, this deck came out and I really was obsessed with the size. This is the Pip Speak Tarot by Kitten Chops. Zara, her work is amazing. And she's just coming out too right now with a Playful Heart Tarot in this exact same size, but as you can see, these are identical sizes. Ours just has a softer corner, but these are the same. So if you really like the size of the Pip Squeak Tarot, or Pip Speak, I keep calling it Pip Squeak, the Pip Speak Tarot, you will really love the size of Sassy Dragons. Also, this is the same size, I believe, that the Fournier Tarot decks use. I can't remember the names of a bunch of them off the top of my head, but there is one. There's one in a pink box. I don't really love any of their decks, so I don't have them. I did have a sample around here somewhere because I bought one to see if I liked this size before we decided on it for Sassy Dragons. But when I got this deck in, I was like, yep, obsessed. Love this size. And let me just show you. Sorry, I'm sorry. Y'all, I like to talk about this stuff, and I know you're like, just show us the freaking cards. I'm so sorry. Just feel free to fast forward if you don't care about any of this. But Pip Speak, just to show you, like, it's just so, like, that's the experience we're going for, right? And I will shuffle these at the end so you can see. Yes, because we have another set that are unshuffled. Okay, all the crazy details aside, let me get zoomed in, and we're going to do a side-by-side, and I'm going to flip through all of the cards. Oh my God, I have so much to say, and I don't know, we're going to be here for a while, probably. I'm sorry. I have a hard time reining it in. Listen, I'm not the rein it in type. Y'all know this, right? Okay, here we go. Oh my God. I have to tell you all, by the way, my favorite thing in the world is seeing other people walk through the Unicorn's Journey Tarot. So I hope if you get either of these decks, you feel comfortable walking through. I don't care if there's a million walkthroughs. I love seeing them. I love hearing other people's thoughts on them. The best thing ever is when you make something and then other people make it their own. The best thing. So just so that's said, I don't know if anybody ever wonders what creators think. I don't know if all creators think like me, but I love it. I think it's amazing. I don't care if you see 8 things that are totally different than how I see it. I love it. I love it. I'm here for all of it. All right. So I keep changing how I'm setting up the card walkthrough, but I think this is the way. I'd like to show you the Rider-Waite-Smith in the center. This is the original tarot by DeBry. It's this one, if you've ever seen it. It's really lovely. I love it. They cleaned up a lot of the lines, and I love this edition. It's my favorite for reference. Anyways, keep in mind that the Sassy Dragons Tarot is fully painted in watercolor and gouache. I should have said that before now. With, I believe, some colored pencil accents. It's all hand-drawn. Nothing was done with AI. It's all beautifully illustrated. Anyway, what we asked Christopher and Andrew to do in the art was we wanted to pull over the Rider-Waite-Smith as much as possible. We wanted to pull colors over where it made sense. We wanted to pull important symbols over, and we met with them throughout the illustration process. They actually illustrated this deck twice. This is part of the process. They illustrated the entire thing digitally first so that we could see it, approve it, talk through all the symbols, make any small changes that, or even bigger changes that we wanted to make. And then once it was all finalized and triple checked, they went in and actually did all of the drawing and painting by hand and created the final version of the artwork. It was an incredible process, and their work was meticulous the entire way through. But one of the things that we wanted to do is pull over colors. So for example, here in our central dragon, you can see that the green and the orange that comes over and the kind of the red color from our central figure, the Fool, does make it over. The white flower makes it over. The little white dog makes it over, although everything, of course, has been dragonified, which I think is amazing. We have the bright white sun, and we have the yellow background, the cliffs. You'll get the idea. And I want you to see that throughout the deck. One of the cool things about these decks is that they've truly made me fall in love with RWS in a way that I hadn't before. And I think part of the reason that is because the process of sort of re-illustrating it and really like visiting these cards through new eyes is I was able to sort of hone in on symbols in a different way. And I also did, this came at a good time because I also did quite a deep dive of the Waite-Smith Tarot when I was writing Unlocking the Tarot. So like all these things kind of came together and just made for this being just a really special project at a really good time. And yeah, I can't talk this much on every card. We're going to literally be here for like a full movie. It's already been half an hour. We'll continue. So here we have the Magician. In the classic version, don't limit yourself. 4 tools are more than enough. You already have everything you need to succeed. In the Not Safe for Work, you are the fucking magic, so use it. You already have everything you need to succeed. So when you come in here and look at the symbols, some call outs for the art that I really like. I'll just bring the Not Safe for Work version up here. We have the white lilies up top and the red roses down below. That was really important to me to have both those flowers featured. We have our special Magician's Wand, which is a wand with a star on the end of it. And then on the table, we have the 4 suit symbols. So we have the chocolate chip cookie pentacle, the juice box for the cup, the wooden sword, the toy sword for the swords, and the living wand. We even have the Ouroboros snake belt here around the red robe, and we have the lemniscate above our little white dragon's head. I mean, the colors, the white and the red come into the dragon's colors so beautifully. Instead of a headband, we have like a sort of a third eye dot here. I love it. I mean, just all the symbols come through. We have the as above, so below. I know I can't deep dive into every card. I really can't. We will literally be here forever. But you hopefully get the idea. All right. In the High Priestess, we have Boaz and Yakum, the 2 pillars represented in the trees. We have pomegranates in the branches of the trees. We have the little scroll in the lap, the crescent moon over here to the side. The difference between the classic and the Not Safe for Work, we have Don't Lie to Yourself over here, and we have Queen of Denial. Bitch, that's you right now in the Not Safe for Work. And the shared meaning is the truth is within, listen to your intuition. For the Empress, again, hopefully you can see we have 12 stars. I love the addition of the little butterflies. There are, again, the colors come through, the little river comes through, the wheat. I mean, you're going to be picking up what we're putting down. So I'm not going to point it out on every single card, but I hope you'll enjoy looking for those things when you get your own deck and are looking at it with the Waite-Smith, or if you know the Waite-Smith really, really well, I hope you'll see the dedication to honoring those symbols that we brought through. Okay, carrying on. So for the Empress, we have, it's time to be your own mommy. Take care of all that is important, including yourself. That's the Empress for the classic edition. And for the Not Safe for Work, we have nurture the shit out of that shit. Take care of all that is important, including yourself. All right, then we have our Emperor. I love the Emperor so much. Okay, so again, some things you'll notice are slightly different. We wanted to keep the dragons in their own world. So where you might see something very man-made looking in the RWS, you will hopefully see that sort of more natural, but same vibe, right? We still have the rams on the throne. We still have all the important symbols again, but it's starting to come into a place where it's like more, sort of more outdoorsy, more feeling like we're in nature. Same vibe though. Loving it. We even have hints of the armor. Oh, I want to do this on every card, and it's really going to be hard not to. We have hints on the armor on every card, on the Emperor rather, because as you can see in the Waite Smith, the Emperor is armored underneath their robes, and we wanted that to come through in the Sassy Dragons as well. So the bottom part of the meaning is embrace your leadership qualities. Now is the time to take the lead. Now the classic says, do as I say, not as I ... Just do as I say. The not safe for work is, why, hello, daddy. And I love it. I love it so much. Okay, I can't. Next we have the Hierophant. Instead of just going with classic iconography, instead we wanted to have a whole bunch of different religious symbols. You will find a ton of different spiritual and religious symbols noted on these two pillars behind the Hierophant, and still have the triple crown, still have, again, the crossed keys. All the important symbols are here, the two supplicants in the front, just a little more expanded in what it can represent. So here, the bottom part of the meaning is following sound advice doesn't have to mean following every rule. Classic says, just say no to gatekeeping. And the not safe for work says, don't get tied up in red tape unless you're into that. I'm going to have to speed this up and I don't know how. Okay. The Lovers. I love that the volcano is super obvious in the background. That's one of the things that just really jumped out at me from this card. We still have the snake, we have the flaming tree, the apple tree, etc., etc. Okay. For the Lovers, the bottom half says, you have a big decision to make. Make that decision with your heart. For the Sass, on the classic, we have don't want to commit. You don't have a choice. Figure it out. On the not safe for work version, we have shit or get off the pot. It's time to commit. All right. Chariot card. Peggy's going to get this as a tattoo. She's obsessed with this card. She loves everything about it. I love everything about it. I think it's amazing. Instead of obviously a big chariot, we have a tricycle. Instead of the crescent moons on the character's shoulders, obviously our dragon's much more squat. There are little crescent moons, streamers, coming out the handlebar. Hello, handlebar streamers? Focus. Focus, please, camera. There we go. There's handlebar streamers coming out the sides of the handlebars. Amazing. Okay, so the foundational meaning for both of these is you're on the right track, don't stop now. The classic version says beep, beep, awesomeness coming through. And on the not safe for work, it says badass coming through, get the fuck out of the way. All right. I get to swear a lot in this video. It's kind of fun. All right, for strength, I mean, is it the cutest thing you've ever seen? Yes. Keep in mind, these are prototypes. So I know next to the Waite Smith, they look a little bit soft, and I love the soft colors, but I think they're also not quite fully as saturated as they will be for the final print. Any case, bottom half, anything is possible when you believe in yourself. On the classic edition, it says, I'm a big, strong dragon, and all I need is my pet lion. On the not safe for work, it says, nothing's a problem when your BFF can rip their face off. It's great. I love it. Okay, the Hermit. Y'all can see the symbology, right? Is he not the cutest ever? Bottom half, take time to learn about and reconnect with yourself. And on the classic side, it's take your me time to the next level. And on the not safe for work, it's leave me the fuck alone. All right. I might have to stop. I don't know. Do I stop reading? What do I do? Okay. I guess I'm just going to go with it. If you might want to like speed this up or like something if you don't want to hear me do this. I love the Wheel of Fortune is at night. I love that we spent a lot of time talking to the guys about the Wheel of Fortune, and they presented several possibilities for this card, and we loved the night sky version. It just really did something a little bit different with the glowy wheel than we usually see. So we could have gone very true to the colors. Here, there's some more artistic license because we really wanted to like pull it out of that sort of like, I don't know, make it a little different. I feel like the wheel card often gets a little boring, so we wanted to spice it up a bit. Also, you'll notice that the 4 cherubic beasts are still here, but they have been dragonified in the most adorable way. Classic version says, the more things change, the dizzier you get. And the not safe for work, the more things change, the more you want to get off this fucking ride. They both say, accept the inevitability of change. For the classic side, Justice says, something hit the fan. Actions come with consequences. It's time to face the music. On the not safe for work version, it says, fuck around and find out. Actions come with consequences. It's time to face the music. For our hanged one, I'm hoping you guys are seeing all the call outs. I can't stop and point them out on every card, but just, oh, so good. All right, the classic one says, this timeout corner really sucks, but it's not forever. Waiting is hard, even when it's worth it. And on the not safe for work version, it says, stuck in fuckery, hang in there. It's not the end. And then it still says waiting is hard, even when it's worth it. For death, it's, okay, y'all, I have to, I'm sorry. Death, listen, Death is the cutest. There's a hobby horse. This was the beginning of the hobby horses for the knights, by the way, which you will see when we get there. Spoiler alert, obviously. But instead of these being actual people, it's almost like Death is like our little dragon kind of playing. And all the little people are like actually little stitched dolls if you look closely. So it kind of takes a little bit of the edge off this card if you want that. You don't have to. I mean, it's still Death. Like, you still got to deal with it. But it's a little less gruesome, which fits the tone of the deck really beautifully, I think. So anyways, the classic one says, out with the old, in with the awesome. And the not safe for work says, out with the old shit, in with the new shit. And they both say, endings pave the way for new beginnings. For Temperance, the classic version says, the perfect punch requires balance. And the not safe for work version says, don't screw the brew, balance those ingredients. They both say, finding the middle path ensures stability. Then we have the Devil. The classic says, it may not be your fault, but it is your problem. Those of you who know, this is a classic Peggyism. I talk about it in my first book, The Self-Worth Path, and it's a really powerful message, I think. It may not be your fault, but it is your problem. Really powerful message. The not safe for work version just makes me giggle every time because it's super true. It says, it's time to use your safe word. Get yourself out of that situation, right? In both of these, it's kind of like you've got the power to get yourself out. The foundational meaning for both is dealing with your baggage is the only way out. All right. The Tower. Okay, so also really cute, just like with the Death card, we have this, the vibe of this with the dragon coming along to like burn it down. We were talking with the guys and we had this whole like bonding moment over the movie Lilo and Stitch. Do any of you guys remember the Disney movie Lilo and Stitch? And how Stitch likes to like go tromping around and like just destroying everything. That's legit the vibe of the Tower card. And what I love about that is that we were talking about how one of the ways I like to read the Tower card is that sometimes you're the one burning it down. It's not always coming from an external source, but it's almost always the result of some sort of like truth, some inherent realization, some understanding, some new sweep of growth, something like that. So whether it's coming from outside of you or whether you're the one burning it down, you can see both perspectives in this card, which I really love. And then just like in the Death card, the characters falling out of the tower are little toys, like little dolls, which I think is super cute. Anyway, the classic version says, it's not the end, just a plot twist. And the not safe for work version says, buckle up, chucklefuck. They both say, you can't save this tower, so let it fall and build a better one. The Star. The classic says, time to shake it off. The not safe for work version says, hey, twinkle tits, get off your ass and get back to it. They both say the path ahead is clear and you have the support you need. I hear all of these in Peggy's voice. It's wild to me. Okay, anyways, the Moon. So the classic version says, take a walk on the wild side. The not safe for work, I can't even do this with a straight face. Okay, the not safe for work version says, why, you kinky little fuck. They both say, explore the unknown. You never know what you'll uncover. For the Sun. Y'all know I like a sun that speaks to both the joy and the success and the positivity of the card, but also kind of hints at the authenticity that I think this card can represent. So the classic says, you do you, boo, and the not safe for work version says, let your freak flag fly. Both say, be yourself and success will follow. The Judgment card. Classic says, game over? Nah, just leveling up. The not safe for work version says, getting bigger, badder, and better, bitch. Look at the cardboard boxes. Not coffins, cardboard boxes. It's the best. They both say you're being called to evolve. Whether or not you answer is up to you. There's a lot of empowerment vibes and self-worth vibes that bleed through this deck because, of course, y'all, like Peggy is like my self-worth mascot. So there's a lot of that vibe that came through when her voice came into this deck, and it was just so fun to capture it. We have the World now. The classic version is new mission loading in 3, 2, 1. And the not safe for work is you nailed it. On to the next fuckfest. They both say recognize your wins and get ready for the next adventure. All right, that brings us to the minors. Now, if we reach our stretch goal, there is a bonus card that will be in the deck after the majors. I'm not going to reveal that. We're hoping we hit the stretch goal. Come to the launch party on Saturday and we'll find out if we hit it or not. Hopefully we'll hit it on Saturday. That'd be amazing. Otherwise, keep an eye on the Kickstarter campaign. We'll find out if we get the bonus card, but that is definitely a stretch goal that we are hoping for. If I remember, I'll speak to another stretch goal or two we're hoping to make happen as well at the end of this video. If not, we'll definitely be talking about it during the launch party. So come and join us for that. Anyway, the Ace of Wands. Classic, fan that flame. Not safe for work. What is that tingle in your pants? And they both say, inspiration is the fuel you need to pursue your passions. I can't believe I'm reading all this aloud. I'm pretty sure this was part of Peggy's dastardly plan. It's just like, make me say all these things on my channel. Okay, 2 of Wands. Choose your own adventure for the classic, and world domination begins here for the not safe for work. Beyond your comfort zone is a world of possibilities to explore, is the meaning they both share. All right, 3 of Wands. Off you go. It's adventure time for the classic, and the law of attraction is your bitch. Manifest that shit. They both say, take those steps towards your dreams. Don't turn back now. For the 4 of Wands, the classic says, time for a launch party. And on the not safe for work, it says, you built it, time to party in it. They both say, look at the progress you've made and celebrate. You've come so far. The launch party reference is a little Easter egg. There's a hint there to everything that just made this deck possible was this community, both because of this deck itself, obviously, but because of the community's support at the launch party for Unicorn's Journey Tarot. You all coming out and showing up in that way was the coolest experience in 5 years on YouTube. And we wanted to kind of capture a little of that magic, like for our memory banks, I guess. And so that little launch party Easter egg is there for those who know. And maybe you can be a part of the launch party for this deck too. It was such a cool community moment. Anyways, I know, again, there's some self-indulgence here and there in this deck, and I hope you will humor us. But it's one of those whole, it works perfectly for the cards, but it just made us smile on the inside, you know? One of those kind of things. Anyways, moving on. The 5 of Wands. Okay. I was joking with Peggy the one day and was like, she's like, this is like totally like a ego issue with the 5 of Wands, right? Like there's a lot of like, mine is bigger than yours energy. So that, guess what made it into the deck? So for the classic, it just says mine's bigger than yours. Now we're talking about sticks because listen, this is family friendly, y'all. But if you get the classic only and you want to know that that could mean something else, you can. But that's not the point. We just want to, I once saw a deck that had, I think, dogs. It might even be in This Might Hurt Tarot. And the dogs are fighting over sticks. And it just reminded me of like, they just wanted to fight for the biggest stick kind of thing. So that's what I was actually thinking. It was meant to be clean when Peggy and I were chatting about this deck, or this card. Anyway, classic says mine's bigger than yours. But Peggy went all in with the not safe for work version though and said, yes, this is a dick measuring contest. Ask me how many times I had to record that line just now because it took me that many times to get the word dick out of my mouth. I'm sorry. Listen, I'm a lesbian, y'all. It's the way it is. Okay. Anyway, they both say a healthy competition can reveal hidden strengths and talents. Ideally, the message from that card is like, let's not get caught up in the mine's bigger than yours and actually like try to have a healthy competition where we're not letting our egos run the show, right? Like that's the message of the card. Anyway, 6 of Wands. Classic says, you did it. We knew you could. So then the not safe for work version says, you really are fucking awesome. They both say, celebrate your wins and enjoy the recognition. You've earned it. 7 of Wands. Now I want y'all to pause on this card for just a moment and ask yourselves, how many of you noticed that in the Waitesmith Tarot, the dude's got one shoe and one like long boot or like one sock and one shoe kind of. So the guys very cleverly pulled that in. Obviously our dragons don't normally wear shoes. So they've got one bare foot and one socked foot. And it is the most adorable thing ever. It makes me smile every time I see it. I love that detail. It's everything. Let's move on. 7 of Wands in the classic says, keep on keeping on. And on the not safe for work, it says, fuckwits are best ignored. They both say, persevere in the face of adversity, take the high ground. For the 8 of Wands, listen, I know we're making a Rider-Waite-Smith based deck, okay? I really do. And we wanted to get as close to the symbology as we could. I could not handle just having sticks on the card. I'm sorry, I can't do it. So we did play with a few different versions of this deck, of this card, and this is the one that we settled on, and I love it. For those of you who read this card, speed and momentum, that is definitely there. For those of you who read this card as messages coming from spirit, that is also there. We have a little dragon messenger sort of dropping a little message on his way past. I love that little detail. It's a detail that I first became aware of and started working with when I read with this card with the Deviant Moon Tarot, where there's a little, I think, bird or something. There's some sort of message symbology that I caught there, and it's stuck with me ever since. And so I was hoping we could incorporate that, and there we have it. So in the classic edition, it says, ready or not, there's no stopping now. And in the not safe for work, it says, hold on to your tail, shit's about to get real. And they both say, make the most of the momentum that propels you forward. In the 9 of Wands, on the classic, dare them to play chicken. You know you'll win. Okay, now, keep in mind, this is a prototype, so there is going to be a couple of little things we're going to catch as we go through. In this case, we have to fix the not safe for work because it's showing the classic meaning, so I will get that sorted out for the final production copy, don't worry. But the not safe for work version should say, you don't need no stinking safe word, and they both say, your endurance is being tested, stay strong. For the 10 of Wands in the classic, it says, put some of it down before you drop it all. The not safe for work version says, sure, you can move mountains, but is the hernia worth it? They both say, you're carrying a heavy load, consider lightening it. Oh, I forgot to change the, I was like, what have I done wrong? I forgot to change the card. That was the 10. Sorry, that was the 10 of Wands in the RWS. I forgot to show it. Okay, Page of Wands. In the classic, it says, go for it. And in the NSFW, it says, jump in the fucking puddles. I love that line. I love when Peggy talks about jumping in the puddles. They both say, pursue your passions with enthusiasm. Anything is possible. In the classic edition, the Knight of Wands says, do the thing. And in the not safe for work version, it says, dare them to try and fuck with you. Both cards say you've got what it takes to overcome any challenges you face. The Queen of Wands. In the classic version, stay sassy, forget the classy. In the not safe for work, it says, be your best bad bitch self. They both say, confidence is the key to your success. Assert yourself. The idea, we really wanted these meanings to like give you the answer, not just give you a meaning, if that makes sense. We wanted it to be like applicable advice or applicable meaning that you can just immediately go, okay, I know what the cards are telling me. For the King of Wands, in the classic, your game, your rules. In the not safe for work, don't take shit from anybody. Both of them say, stand in your power and create your own opportunities. All right, Ace of Cups. We're in my favorite suit. So you know I had opinions. All right, so in the classic for the Ace of Cups, get that good stuff. In the not safe for work, I'm not going to be able to read this with a straight face. Say yes, ... Yes, ... Oh God, yes. I'm trying, y'all. I really am. They both say, open your heart to new or deeper connections. Oh boy. All right, in the classic for the Two of Cups, embrace the fairy tale. In the not safe for work, time for some mushy love shit. That was like verbatim the first thing that came out of Peggy's mouth, and it was perfect. Okay, so the meaning they both share is lean into the bonds that balance and enhance your life. They've got potential. I love this Three of Cups. There's so many cool details here. One of my favorite things about the Three of Cups is that each character brings something a little bit different to the table, so to speak. In the Waite-Smith, we see that in the different colored hair. We also see different plants represented. And so the guys really pulled that in. You'll notice that each of these dragons has a slightly different headdress. And there are 3 fruits represented. They have grapes, tomatoes, and pumpkins. And so each of these dragons also has the corresponding flowers. So this one is wearing tomato flowers, this one is wearing grape flowers, and this one is wearing pumpkin flowers in their little headdresses, which I think is so freaking cute and such a cool way to distinguish the 3 dragons. There's some other stuff I want to talk about elementally, color palette wise and stuff. We'll do that at the end, but I just really wanted to show that that's how we differentiate the 3 little dragons. Anyway, the classic edition says it's time to hang with your personal pep squad. And the not safe for work says spend time with the friends who would help bury the body. They both say surround yourself with those who support and uplift each other. And then we have the Four of Cups. It's not what you want, but it is what you need. Not safe for work, quit bitching and appreciate what you've got. They both say, acknowledge the root of your discontent and then address it. For the Five of Cups, classic spilled milk is just one more snack for the cat. Look, like it's basically like, yeah, the milk is spilled, but the cat's gonna eat it. It's gonna be fine. On the not safe for work, don't cry over ass hats. They both say, allow yourself to grieve what was lost, but remember what remains. In the Six of Cups, classic, yesterday was cool, tomorrow will be awesome. In the not safe for work, stop reminiscing and start fucking living. Both of them say, cherish the past, but stay connected to the present. In the Seven of Cups, we have juice box. I mean, we have juice boxes through the cups, but like, I feel like this is my favorite juice boxy card. It's fabulous in every possible way. All the symbology is there. It's super great. Okay, classic. There's no such thing as perfect. I love that so much. Okay, and then in the not safe for work, there are too many vibrators and not enough batteries. Y'all, it's rough. It's rough. They both say stay grounded and make sure your dreams are attainable. When you read the classic with its like foundational meaning, and then you read the not safe for work with its foundational meaning, y'all, the whole vibe of the card kind of shifts a little, and it's amazing, and I love it so much. Okay, 8 of Cups. Classic says when it's time to go, just go. And the not safe for work says know when it's time to say fuck it. Both of them say it's okay to release what no longer serves, no matter the cost. 9 of Cups. Y'all know I have feels about this card, so no, not a dude with a bunch of wine. Might be a dragon dude with a bunch of apple juice, but why does that hit different? It just does. Also, just the scene is different. We've got a really contented little dragon friend on the beach, and they've built a sandcastle, and it's super cute. Anyways, as a lot of you know, I really pull a strong self-worth, self-contentedness meaning from this card, and so that is woven in here. The classic says self-love, a state of mind, and a fun hobby. The not safe for work says, why, yes, you are the shit. And they both say, reflect on what makes you truly content and seek more of it. Okay, here's another little self-indulgent call out. And this is where you see kind of like Peggy and I dragonified and our 2 little doggies dragonified. And when they first sent us this artwork, y'all, I was so giddy. So giddy. Peggy's even has a little tattoo on her arm. Oh my God, it's so cute. Okay, anyways, cannot with that. Love it so much. In the classic version, we get in all caps, squee! And in the not safe for work, we have enjoy that afterglow and don't forget to hydrate. They both say savor moments of perfect joy and bliss because they don't last forever. You'll notice, by the way, those of you who have been enjoying my book, Unlocking the Tarot, there is a lot of beautiful kind of harmony between Unicorn's Journey, Sassy Dragons, and Unlocking the Tarot. I think you'll find that you can't escape that kind of harmony with me because whenever I'm involved in a project, and yes, this was Peggy's project, but of course my fingers are still in the pot, right? You'll notice some of that flavor coming through for sure. Okay, Page of Cups. This is my significator. So I'm going to try not to take it personally, but here's what Peggy came up with. For the classic, we have, you're allowed to be happy, but don't be foolish. And for the not safe for work, it's rose-colored glasses, cute, but don't get fucking played. And they both say, approach life with optimism, but don't forget to keep it real. The Knight of Cups. Classic says, follow your heart, but keep your head. And the not safe for work says, let your heart lead, but keep your fucking head in the game. They both say, seek the experiences and people in life that make you happy. All right, Queen of Cups. Classic, you can love them without becoming them. I think that's actually a really, really super powerful message, and I freaking love it for the Queen of Cups. Also, quick little side note, because I'm probably going to forget to say at the end, but all of the queens have little companions. So I don't know if you've ever noticed this about the Rider-Waite-Smith, but I'm going to show you really quick because I have to interrupt this because it was just the way it came out in this card. Okay, so in the Queen of Wands, we obviously have the black cat, right? So in the Queen of Wands in the Sassy Dragons Tarot, we obviously have a little black dragonified kitty in the front right there, right? Okay, you picking up what I'm putting down? In the Queen of Water here, there's not really an obvious pet familiar. Maybe some of you can chime in if you see one or you're aware of one, but we're like, wait, maybe the rock, maybe one of those rocks is her friend. So needless to say, there is actually a little pet rock with a face in the Queen of Cups in Sassy Dragons, and it's everything. Just knowing it's there makes me really freaking happy. Anyways, so the Queen of Cups in the classic version, again, you can love them without becoming them. In the not safe for work version, it says, your head belongs on your shoulders, not up their ass. And they both say, allow yourself to care deeply, but don't lose yourself in others. King of Cups. Strong and a little squishy too, which I freaking love. And on the not safe for work, take no shit, but don't lose your shit. They both say, use your emotional intelligence to navigate life's ups and downs. Okay, so that's it for the cup suit. And that brings us to the sword suit. All right, starting with the Ace of Swords. In the classic, truth bomb incoming. In the not safe for work, don't block the damn clue by 4. And they both say, knowledge and clarity will guide you on your path. And we have spirit dragons holding up the ace. Instead of like a spirit hand, it's a spirit dragon. It's true of all the aces. 2 of Swords. Look at the moon. In case you were wondering, our moon shows up as like little moon dragons. It's really cute. Not everywhere, but I think not in every card, but love it that it shows up here. Also shows up in the moon, which, oh my God. I don't think I called it out because I'm like so trying to get through these cards, but like I just have to show you just so it was not missed. Because look at the celestials. Look at the moon with the dragon in its blanket as the moon. And this sweet little happy, open, like sort of open-hearted lotus pose dragon in the sun. I mean, it's just everything. The baby dragon with the pacifier. It's everything. I love it. I love it so much. Anyways, okay. Dragon moon. In the classic version, it says not choosing is still the choice for the Two of Swords. And in the not safe for work, it says time to shit or get off the pot. They both say trust your intuition to lead you through uncertainty. Three of Swords is an important card, I think, because again, it often gets, it's boring. So guys brought in a dragon for us. We love that. The Three of Swords in the classic size says, welcome to learning your lessons the hard way. On the not safe for work version, it says, heartbreak is temporary. Stupidity is forever. Both say difficult things happen, but it's your job to learn from them. All right. I love everything about the Four of Swords. Again, here's a situation where you see a very man-made like sort of room or place. And so the guys brought it in with the artwork, all the natural environment, made it very stony instead of all like rigid and man-made, but still has that structure and stability, right? We still have the stained glass kind of vibe. Love it. The classic edition Four of Swords says it's time for an imagination vacation. And the not safe for work says your brain needs a fucking break. Both say rest will help you find peace and clarity. All right, Five of Swords. On the classic edition, sore winners are still losers. On the not safe for work version, fight hard, but don't be a dick. And they both say you've already lost if you have to compromise who you are to win. And here we have the Six of Swords. Classic says wave goodbye to the drama llama. And on the not safe for work, it says row your boat away from the shitstorm. They both say accept help and guidance as you journey towards recovery. All right. Seven of Swords. Classic says watch your back. Not safe for work says sneaky bastard alert. Both of them say check your assumptions at the door and question what you see. I like what we wanted to do here is call out that there can sometimes be sneakiness or trickery here, but we also wanted to have something in here around assumptions because we can sometimes be assuming somebody's up to no good when they're maybe not doing something bad, or like we could be making assumptions that lead us to make bad decisions. There's all kinds of ways that assumptions, I feel like, really plays into the meaning of the Seven of Swords. Worth being aware that we want to make sure we're checking our facts, right? Especially before we make accusations. In the Eight of Swords, the classic says, shake it off. The only one keeping you stuck is you. On the not safe for work, bondage should be consensual, so revoke your consent. Both of them say, overthinking builds false barriers, step back for perspective. All right, Nine of Swords. On the classic version, feeling anxious, flip the script. On the not safe for work version, tell your fear to fuck right off forever. They both say, consider what's likely, not just worst case scenarios. 10 of Swords, tricky card for sure. The classic says, welp, at least it can't get any worse. And the not safe for work says, yeah, it's a shit sandwich, but you don't have to eat it. They both say, rock bottom can be a solid foundation that you can rebuild on. Page of Swords. Classic. Endless questions aren't just for 3-year-olds. And for the not safe for work, sometimes it's good to be a nosy bitch. Both of them say curiosity allows you to uncover new knowledge. Knight of Swords. The classic version, I mean, come on with the hobby horses, I cannot. And even the facial expressions and like the demeanor of the horses come through in this deck, in the hobby horses. It's amazing. I love it so much. Anyways, the Knight of Swords on the classic says, floor it. And on the not safe for work version says, kick the shit out of the problem. They both say, take decisive action in pursuit of truth and integrity. Queen of Swords. On the classic version, stop sugarcoating and rip off the Band-Aid. And on the not safe for work version, sometimes you need to be a mouthy fuck. Both of them say, be direct and transparent in your communication. And our Queen's little friend here is the butterfly that we see on the crown. The King of Swords. Classic, logic is your superpower. And on the not safe for work, checkmate asshole. Both of them say, use analytical and strategic thinking to achieve your objectives. That brings us to our last suit, which is the Suit of Pentacles. I know we've been here a million years. Thank you for your patience. And then we'll talk about some whole deck things and do a shuffle test and stuff in just a moment. So Ace of Pentacles. Your 15 minutes of fame starts now is the classic. Ka-ching, baby, on the not safe for work. They both say, when opportunity knocks, remember to open the door. For the Two of Pentacles, classic says, you can master the teeter-totter. And on the not safe for work, you can juggle that shit, no problem. They both say, prioritize your responsibilities so you don't drop the ball. Classic for the Three of Pentacles, awesome squad, assemble. And on the not safe for work, orgies can be a lot of fun. Success lies in merging talents through teamwork, is what they both say. Oh my word. Can't believe I'm reading some of this stuff out loud. All right, Four of Pentacles. On the classic side, there's cheap, and then there's cheap. On the not safe for work version, don't be such a tight ass. And under both, it says practice discernment so you know when to save and when to spend. Five of Pentacles. Classic says life can be tough. You're tougher. And on the not safe for work version says, feeling fucked? Time to unfuck yourself. Both of them say, reach out for help. Support is closer than you realize. This is one of Peggy's favorites coming up, and I'm going to try real hard. Okay. Classic says, generosity is a good look. And not safe for work says, embrace the power of 69. Get some, give some. They both say, share your blessings and be willing to receive graciously. There's a reason that I love top-down cameras, namely that you can't see me blushing. I'm just saying. Why am I trying to move the cards? I'm getting awkward. Okay, Seven of Pentacles. Sloth mode activated for classic. And not yet, ... We have all night. On the not safe for work, they both say the results of your efforts will reveal themselves soon. It just, you know, it just has a whole new connotation in the not safe for work. I'm just saying, it really just brings the meaning home. Okay, so Eight of Pentacles. Lather, rinse, repeat, repeat, repeat. And y'all, Peggy couldn't resist this one. Okay, on the not safe for work, it says in, out, repeat, repeat, repeat. I cannot. Oh my God. Okay. Keep refining your work. Mastery comes from repeated effort, they both say. Oh boy, I'm throwing cards. Okay. I don't know if I'm even flipping the cards correctly. Okay. Okay. Nine of Pentacles. Also note the snail. Love the snail in this card. Often overlooked. Super important. Anyway, in the classic version, this card says, treat yourself. And in the not safe for work version, it says, time to indulge, you fucking earned it. Both of them say, enjoy the comforts you've earned through your hard work. All right, 10 of Pentacles. We do get a little nod of Bruno and Shayla again showing up in these cards. So, in the classic, live the dream that you built. And in the not safe for work, fuck yeah, life is amazeballs. They both say, take comfort in the abundance and security of your resources. Okay, our last court cards. Our Page of Pentacles. The classic says, want it? Work for it. The not safe for work says, head down, sleeves up, get shit done. Both of them say, be methodical and diligent to achieve your goals. Knight of Pentacles. In the classic, it's not a race. And in the not safe for work, fuck the hare, be the tortoise. Both of them say, consistency and steady progress are more important than speed. Oops. Oh, we've got a whole upside down situation. Okay. Queen of Pentacles. Classic says, you matter too. Not safe for work says, nurture, nourish, and fucking slay. Both of them say, maintain the balance between supporting others and yourself. And then finally, we have the King of Pentacles. In the classic version, it says, be a pro or seek a pro. In the not safe for work, it says, experienced fucks know best. Both of them say, practical skills and meticulous planning pave the way to success. Okay. All right. So these are prototypes. I did find a couple little things, namely just card order and such that I can hopefully fix for the final version. So that won't be a problem. There was one card out of the entire deck where we had the not safe for work was missing. It had the classic meaning instead. So we'll fix that too. Super, super easy stuff to sort out for the final. Let me talk about color palette real quick because I mentioned that. One of the things as a reader that's really important to me is to know what I've got on the table. So I want to be able to visually see if it's like a major, which those are easy because they do have the numbers up top. So they're very easy to identify. Those are the majors. The minors just have the titles, but the color palette does change. So I'd like to just show you that really quick by just doing this with the classics. So let me just lay out a little line of the Wands cards. And hopefully you can see everything from the color of the sky to all of the deserty scenes you see throughout that suit, right? When we go to the cups, the colors shift. So hopefully you can see that here, right? We have lots of blues. The sky is a slightly different tone. Now these differences should be more obvious in the final version. Again, this is a prototype, so the colors are not quite as saturated as they will be for the final version. For the, so you see that we've got these like pale greens and the sea blues, whereas we have the deserty colors. Something else, which I cannot believe I didn't highlight, to highlight the elemental colors, all of the dragons in the wand suit are red. All of the dragons in the cup suit are blue. This is the most obvious thing, and I totally forgot to point it out. In the sword suit, you'll notice that all of the dragons are yellow, which is the elemental color traditionally associated with the suit of air, right? In the pentacles suit, all of the dragons are green, right? And again, we have a slight color palette shift. Look at the skies. The skies do shift, right? So I'm probably going to have some of these cards upside down now. So I wanted to point that out because if you are like me and you like to know what your elemental balance is on the table when you read, knowing that the different colored dragons are there is going to really, really make it different. So let's do the shuffle test. Oh my God, it's glorious. It's just like UGT. That's what I like to see. Let me just show you a quick fan. I'll do some more shuffling too because I'm obsessed. But this is what I'm talking about as a reader. Like I want to use my cards. I want to use them. I want to shuffle them. This will have a good bounce back. It's playing card stock. It's soft. It's super comfy in the hand. It's not huge. It's not gigantic. Playing card stock, y'all, is, I mean, there's nothing better in my opinion. And I get it. Like sometimes we want that really luxurious feel of like a thick art paper card stock, like what we see a lot of indie decks come out with. But I'm telling you as a reader, I want to use my cards. I want to shuffle them. I want to play with them. I want to fan them. And once I had my very first ever linen finish card deck, which I actually think my very first one was the Game of Thrones Tarot of all things. They don't produce that deck in a linen finish anymore, but pretty sure the very first one that ever came out was, and oh, when I can slow down a bridge like that and get that whistle, I mean, there's nothing like it. Like, look at that. I was able to lift that off the ground, like off the table and get that bridge. I mean, come on. It's so easy to handle this deck. I did throw some cards that time. I was showing off. That's what happens when you show off. All right. Make sure they're not upside down. All right. So just for giggles, let me pull out the Not Safe for Work. We're going to shuffle this one up too. This is my copy. I can shuffle it if I want to. Am I obsessively shuffling this deck? Yes, yes, I am. Are you bearing with me? Thank you so much. We're going to do a sample read. Let's just do a quick community read so you can see what this deck reads like. Okay. So we're going to do an energy obstacle advice. And that's my classic go-to 3-card spread. We're just going to pull 3 cards with the Not Safe for Work, if I can actually not use or error in my shuffle. I just love how bendy and flexible and easy and comfy these are. The size is great. Oh, okay. All right, let's do a little energy obstacle advice. All right, so energy, the Tower, buckle up, chucklefuck. That's the energy. Things are about to get like going, like things are going to be tough for a minute. The obstacle, checkmate, asshole. Use analytical and strategic thinking to achieve your objectives. This can be like when you think of this energy as an obstacle, this checkmate asshole energy can literally be you're trying so hard to win or to be like logical or strategic that you're kind of missing the people aspect of a situation or you're like not softening enough. If this energy is out of balance, it can obviously be pretty cold, right? And we don't want to do that. Our advice, 8 of Pentacles. In, out, repeat, repeat, repeat. Keep refining your work. Mastery comes from repeated effort. Now, when I see a card like the 8 of Pentacles as the advice, following the energy of the Tower, I'm immediately like, okay, yeah, that makes sense, right? Things are going to be a little bit rocky, right? Maybe we need to tear it out what we've been working on, stop being so freaking ego-y about it and thinking we have it all figured out, and actually get back down to basics. Get down to the work, perfect what we've got. Don't try to like build it up too fast, right? Really easy reading right from jump, which was the whole point. So again, there's no guidebook. This is a deck meant to just pull out and work with and use without having to think about it. Whether you love the Not Safe for Work version, which in my view, I got to put them away this way. I just like it better. Whether it's the Not Safe for Work version that is like speaking your speak, whether it's the classic edition that is speaking your speak, both of these decks are just meant to pull out and use right away without fuss, without muss, you know, all the easy. And just like, if you know somebody who doesn't really want to like memorize tarot or learn tarot or just wants something that they can just use, this is the kind of deck Peggy will use. Peggy's a lifelong guidebook person. Like she's not interested in memorizing the meaning of all the cards. It's never been something that like really worked for her. She loves referring to the guidebook. She loves the flavor. And with this, she'll be able to just pull it out and like get the meaning and do her reading. And that was kind of what we wanted to create, something easy, something simple. And for those of you who are struggling to go, I don't know which one, yes, there will be a bundle available in the Kickstarter. So thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for letting me go through all of the cards and for your patience and for this extra long video. I appreciate it. This has been in progress for almost a year now, and seeing it come to life is so cool. And the way that this just kind of like wrapped up at just the exact right perfect time, the time that UJT had already shipped out to people. Very, very exciting. So we hope you'll be at the launch party if you can. It will be Saturday at October 26th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. The Kickstarter campaign will be running for about 29 days. So you'll have several weeks to get in on the action. There will be some early bird rewards, but we'll be giving all the details of the campaign, pricing, all that kind of stuff. So that will all be happening. We'll share all of that information during the launch party. So make sure you come early if you want to get in on the early birds, because what we're going to do is answer any quick questions, give a quick preview of the campaign, and we're going to hit the go live button on the campaign while we're in the live stream. So best way to know the exact moment we're going live is to be there with us when we launch. So thank you so much. If you are keeping an eye on the campaign or you can't make the launch party, go to the Kickstarter. And this is also helpful for us to know what to expect for the campaign, especially in the beginning. Go to the Kickstarter page. I will have it linked down below, and click sign up to get notified. I think there's a button that says like get notified. That should send you an email when the campaign goes live. So if for some reason you can't come to the launch party, which obviously not everybody's going to be there, I mean, you have a life, it's all good, then you might get the notification and still be able to get in on the action early in the campaign if you like. But we are trying to make these decks affordable. So we're doing our very best. Hopefully early bird is not the only way for this to work for you. The early bird discount is there, but it will be small and they will be limited because we don't know fully what the demand is going to be for these just yet. So we did our best with the early birds, but they are limited. I think that covers all the basic stuff, but hopefully we'll see you on Saturday. If not, all good. And whether or not these decks are for you, we love you. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for everything. We love you. Thank you. And until next time, may your magic always shine from the inside out. Bye.